Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to explain Prometheus. And you know why this matters? Because when your microservices start failing at 2 in the morning, you need more than just up or down status. You need deep, granular visibility into exactly what is breaking and why. Most engineers get this wrong by relying on basic logs, but Prometheus gives you the time series data you actually need to solve problems fast. Let us break down how this industry standard monitoring system works, from its unique storage engine to its powerful query language. In this video, we will cover the core monitoring problem, internal architecture, installation, query language, alerting, and common traps. Specifically, that includes the fundamental problem with traditional status checks, how Prometheus works under the hood, installation and system configuration, writing your first PromQL query, production-grade alerting patterns, and common pitfalls. Watch the full video without skipping any content to understand it better. Before we get into the topic, a small request to you. I have already uploaded many technical videos on different technologies and tools. We share more knowledgeable content every day. So if you are interested in learning and want to improve your skills, make sure you have subscribed to our channel and joined our WhatsApp community. The join link is available in the description, or scan the QR code shown on the screen. Let us get started. So why do traditional status checks fail us? Think about a web service that is technically running, but taking 30 seconds to respond because of a database connection leak. A simple ping test will report that the service is healthy. That is exactly the problem. You are blind to the degradation until your users start leaving. You need metrics that track the performance over time, not just the state at a single moment. What is Prometheus really? It is a monitoring toolkit that pulls data from your services. Think of it like a dedicated accountant for your infrastructure. Instead of just checking if your server is alive, it logs every request, every memory spike, and every error. This lets you look back at the ledger of your system performance to find exactly when a problem started. Before we begin, ensure you are running Ubuntu 22.04 LTS or a similar Linux environment. You will need sudo privileges to set up Prometheus as a background service. You should be comfortable using a terminal and a text editor like Nano. Finally, make sure port 999 is open in your firewall, as that is where the Prometheus web interface lives. If you have those ready, we can proceed. So how does Prometheus work internally? The central Prometheus server periodically reaches out to your services. It expects these services to expose a specific endpoint, which is handled by a service exporter. The server then pulls those metrics into its time series database. If any thresholds are crossed, it sends alerts to the alert manager, which notifies your team via email or Slack. To get started, update your package list first. Then, install the Prometheus package directly from the repository. On the last line, we verify the installation by checking the version. This confirms that the binary is correctly placed in your system path. If everything worked, you will see output similar to this. It shows the version number and the Go runtime details. This confirms the server is ready to be configured. Now, open the configuration file. On the first few lines, we set the global scrape interval to 15 seconds. This is how often Prometheus collects data. Below that, we define our targets. Here, we are telling Prometheus to scrape a local node exporter on port 9100. This is the heartbeat of your monitoring setup. Before restarting, always run the check config tool. It validates your YAML syntax. If you see the success message, you are safe to proceed to the next step. In production, you will use PromQL. The first line calculates the request rate over a 5-minute window. The second line aggregates those rates by instance, which is critical for load-balanced environments. Finally, the third line checks the availability of your specific API server job. These queries are the foundation of your dashboards. When you execute these in the Prometheus UI, you get back the current value of the metric. As you can see, it shows the instance and the calculated value. This data is what powers your alerts and visualizations. One error you will definitely see is the connection refused message. This happens because Prometheus is trying to scrape a target that is not actually running. It is a classic case of the monitoring tool trying to reach a service that is down or misconfigured. The fix is simple. Check the status of your exporter service. If it is stopped, start it and make sure it is enabled to run on boot. Once the service is active, Prometheus will be able to scrape it successfully. Consider a streaming platform with 5 million users. Their simple status checks missed a transcoding queue backup that only appeared under high load. By switching to Prometheus, they tracked the actual queue depth and latency. They used this data to trigger auto-scaling, which saved their live events from failure. That is the power of metric-based observability. So when should you use Prometheus? It is excellent for metric-focused environments, especially if you are using Kubernetes. However, it is not a log aggregator. If you need to store massive amounts of text, use a tool like ELK or Loki instead. Also, remember that Prometheus is designed for short-term data. If you need years of history, you will need to look into remote storage solutions. Use these criteria to decide if this tool is right for your situation. You now know that Prometheus collects time series data by scraping endpoints. Remember that the configuration file is the source of truth for your targets. Use PromQL to perform complex aggregations across your infrastructure. Always ensure your exporters are running to prevent gaps in your data. Finally, use those metrics to trigger intelligent scaling decisions. These steps will make your infrastructure much more resilient. I believe this video will definitely be a useful video. If you like the video, please do like and hype the video. Also share it with your friends and groups. It may be useful to somebody else. If you have any doubts or any requests, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you have subscribed to stay updated for our regular videos. Join our WhatsApp community using the link in the description because we share more knowledgeable content every day. Thank you for watching. See you soon in the next video.